Hi children, welcome to online class of MJI School. In the last class, we studied the story Adventure in Banyan Tree, written by Ruskin Pond. I think you have written the profile of Ruskin Pond. Am I right? Yes, I know you have. Do you know about Ruskin Pond? Yes, Ruskin Pond is known as Indian lover of nature. Today we are going to study a poem, Lines Written in Early Spring by William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth is a romantic poet. He is known as poet of nature or lover of nature in English literature. Samuel Coleridge and William Wordsworth worked jointly. They made a collection of poems named Lyrical Ballads, which made him a major figure in English literature. The poem Lines Written in Early Spring is an amazing poem in English. In the poem, he describes strong bond between nature and soul of mankind. He tries to explain sweet bitter moment. Okay, let us go to poem Lines Written in Early Spring. Let us read. I heard 1,000 blooded notes, while in a grove I sat reclined, in that sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. Let us analyze the stanza. I heard 1,000 blooded notes. Here, the poet says to us, the poet is sitting in woodland grove, reclined, fully satisfied. He is attracted by the pleasant sight and the sound of nature. He heard 1,000 blooded notes. Blood means mixed, not sounds. The poet tries to exaggerate the sound from nature. Sometimes we will say we have to do a lot of work. We will say that I have Himalayan task. Like this words is used to exaggerate our task. Am I right? This poet used in the poem the words 1,000 blooded knots. It is a poetic device we can call figure of speech hyperbole. Pick out the hyperbole in the poem. 1,000 blooded knots. Actually, the poet is sitting in a woodland grove. He is attracted by the pleasant sight and sound of nature. In his mind, a pleasant thought came. Simultaneously, his pleasant thought became sad thought. Can you get an idea? In the poem, the poet used some poetic devices to make poem beauty. like a rhyming scheme, rhyming words, etc. Each lines we can see the end of the sound. First one, nots. Last sound we can hear nots. We can place to indicate the sound A. Another sound we can see second line reclined D. We can use another letter B. The first sound repeated in the third line, thoughts, we can place A. The fourth line sound is same with the sound of second line, so we can place a letter B. The rhyming words is A, B, A, B. Surely we can see in Malayalam songs the musicians as well as the poet will use some devices to make song beauty. Example: മാണിക്കാമലരായ പൂവി മഹദിയാം ഖദീജ ബീവി മക്കയെന്ന പുണ്യനാട്ടിൽ വിലസിടും നാരി. The first one, the sound we can hear, the last sound of a line, E. We can take the sound V, we can place a letter A. The same sound repeat. A. Another sound is a different sound we can see. Ill, we can place B. The last sound we can hear Re. The same sound, the first and second sound repeated in the last line. So we can make a rhyming scheme A, A, B, A. Can you get an idea? Let us go to the presentation for more detail.
Let's take a look at the words at the end of the given lines. The sun is shining bright. This is a lovely sight. If you've noticed, the words bright and sight have the same sounds at the ends. Can we look at a few more examples? I think I can never see something as free as a sea. If you've listened carefully, the words see and sea have the same end sounds. Let's go for another example. The green garden lets its shade fall over the red old school hall. Again, you have fall and hall having the same end sounds. So we've observed the repetition of similar sounds in two or more words, and this is called a rhyme. And because it occurs at the end of the lines, it is called the end rhyme. Let's look at the end rhymes in the following lines. Bid me to weep, and I will weep, while I have eyes to see, and having none, yet I will keep a heart to weep for thee. Clearly, the words weep and keep rhyme with each other, so does see and thee. Another beautiful poem by William Wordsworth is Daffodils. We will look at the first stanza of the poem. Pay attention to the rhyme. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. I hope you have paid attention to the words at the end of the lines. The words are cloud, hills, crowd, daffodils, trees, and breeze. Remember, each new sound at the end of the line is given a letter starting with A and then B and C and so on. As you have noticed, A is given to the first sound in the word cloud, which is in the first line, B for the next new sound as in hills, and C for another new sound in the word trees. Now, if the end sound is repeated, it gets the same letter as in the earlier lines. So you have the end sounds in cloud and crowd to be the same, and hence it is denoted with an A. The end sound in hills and daffodils are the same, and it is denoted with a B. And trees and breeze is given a C. So then, we were looking at the rhyme scheme. What is then a rhyme scheme? Rhyme scheme is a pattern of rhymes in a poem or a song. It is denoted using letters of the alphabet. To sum up, the same letter indicates that the end sounds rhyme with each other.
We can go to next stanza. To her fire works did nature link, the human soul that through me ran, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. Let us analyze the stanza. Let us explain the stanza. What did nature do? Nature linked human soul to her beauty and serenity. Man is a part of nature. Man should be part of nature. We don't try to destroy nature. Nature will give pleasure for us. But just as much it grieved to my heart to think what man has made of man. We all know that thinking about the cruelty against man and nature, the poet mind became sad. Poet feels very sad. We can hear a rhythm. What man has made of man? What man has made of man? We can see here rhythm. The poet used another poet device, alliteration. In film song, we can see like this alliteration. Example, മാനൊന്നും വിളിച്ചില്ല മയിലൊന്നും വിളിച്ചില്ല മാനത്തെ മണി വിളക്ക് മാനൊന്നും വിളിച്ചില്ല മയിലൊന്നും വിളിച്ചില്ല മാനത്തെ മണി വിളക്ക് നിന്നെ ഞാൻ മാനത്തെ മണി വിളക്ക്. Okay, let us watch the presentation for more detail.
Let's take a look at some interesting names and read them aloud. William Wordsworth, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck. Hope you have noticed something peculiar. In the names, the first sound is repeated. W for William Wordsworth, M for Mickey Mouse, and D for Donald Duck. Well, have you heard of tongue twisters? Try reading them out and I'm sure it'll be fun. Observe the pattern as you read them. The first one for you, she sells seashells by the seashore. If you've noticed, the S sound is repeated. The next one, while walking wearily home, I wondered where Wally was. Did you notice that the W sound is repeated here? Another one for you, go and gather the green leaves on the grass. Can you identify which sound is repeated? Absolutely, G. Another example, the boy buzzed around as busy as a bee. Clearly, the B sound is repeated. And the last one, please put away your pains and practice the piano. Again, the sound P is repeated. I hope you've noticed the pattern. Interesting, isn't it? Shall we look at some examples from poems? The first one for you. When I see birches bend from left and right, I like to think some boy's been swinging them. Beautiful, isn't it? It's from Robert Frost's very famous poem, Birches. Let's read lines from The Rime of the Ancient Mariner by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. The fair breeze blew, the white foam flew, the furrow followed free. Sounds musical. You can have a taste of the rhythm here. So, we're looking at alliteration. It is the use of the same sound or sounds, especially consonants, at the beginning of several words that are close together.
In the stanza, the poet thinks about cruelties of man towards the man as well as nature. The man is trying to cut down trees, to loot sand from rivers, build huge factories which pollute air and water. The poet gives a little background information. At the time of writing poetry, there was a French Revolution in 1789. Many were killed, many were injured. Not only William Wordsworth, but also other writers shocked, thinking about the cruelties of man against man. The man showed cruelty against man, against fellow beings. So the poet asked, what man has made of man? Clear? Okay. Let us go to the third stanza. Through primrose, tufts in that green bower, the periwinkle trailed its reeds, and 'tis my fate that very flower enjoys the air it breathes. Through primrose tufts in that green bower, the periwinkle trailed its reeds, and 'tis my fate that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. Poet describes the beauty of nature. ഹരിതാപമായ വള്ളിക്കുടിൽ വള്ളിച്ചെടിയായ പ്രൈംറോസ് പെരുവിങ്കിൾ ചെടിയുടെ പൂക്കളുടെ മുകളിലൂടെ പടർന്നു കയറുന്നു. എന്തൊരു സൗന്ദര്യമാണ്. Here poet indicates that every plant and flower live in perfect harmony. They are trying to embrace one another. We all know the roots of every plant hung to one another under the earth. They are living in perfect harmony. What a beautiful sight. This is my faith. The poet says to us, I believed that every flower enjoys its existence in the world. But human beings try to destroy, perish nature. There is a lot of pleasure given by nature. But human beings, man, tried to destroy the nature. What a pity. Let us go to fourth stanza. Birds around me hopped and played. Their thoughts I can't measure, but the least motion which they made, it seemed a thrill of pleasure. The birds around me. Let us analyze the stanza. Let us explain the stanza. Birds around me. Hopped means hopped, jumped and played. But I can't measure the thoughts of birds because they are enjoying in the world. I came to know that, the poet says to us that, I came to know that the smallest movement of bird give us pleasure. Least means smallest, motion means movement. The smallest movement of birds give pleasure to human being. Clear? Let us go to the fifth stanza. The budding twigs spread out their fan to catch their breezy air, and I must think to all I can that there was pleasure there. Let us analyze the stanza. Budding twigs, new twigs try to spread their fan, means leaves, to catch the breezy air. The leaves of plants try to touch the breezy air. Here, the poet used a poetic device, personification. What is a personification? Non-living things shows the quality of person. It is known as personification. Here we can see
the flame of the candle danced in the darkness. Can the flame of the candle dance? My car's headlight winked at me. Can a car's headlight wink at anyone?
A wildfire ran through the forest at an amazing speed.
Was the wildfire running? The wildfire was spreading at amazing speed. The wildfire cannot run. The flame of the candle cannot dance, and the car's headlight cannot wink. Only living beings can run, dance, and wink. Here, human qualities are given to non-human things. Personification. Have you heard this rhyme? Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon, The little dog laughed to see such sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon. Personification is used in this nursery rhyme, Hey diddle diddle.
Fire is dancing. Example. Yes, here nature tried to touch the breeze. Here the poet used a word catch. Do you think that can budding things catch the breeze air? No. But poet gave a quality to the budding things. Here poet describes, I can make out one fact. Everywhere in the nature we can see pleasure. Let us go to the last stanza of the poem. If this belief from heaven be sent, if such be nature's holy plan, have I not reason to lament what man has made of man? If this belief from heaven be sent, if such be nature's holy plan, have I not reason to lament what man has made of man? Okay, let us analyze. The poet says to us that there is a belief that peace, pleasure and beauty will be sent from heaven by God. What are the things sent from heaven? Peace, pleasure, beauty are sent from heaven by God. It is a belief. In the last stanza, the poet asked himself that what for I am crying? Why do I lament, thinking about the cruelties of man towards nature and human beings? Peace, pleasant and beauty are sent from heaven by God. I don't want to lament. The poet has shown a relief from this belief. Here we can see that the nature holy plan. What is the holy plan of nature? Holy plan of the nature is to provide pleasant peace and beauty to human beings. Clear? Okay. Do you have any doubt? Yes, good. In the poem, the poet used many images to make poem beauty. Visual images, auditory images, tactile images. Clear? Okay. Do you have any doubt? Yes, good. I can give two assignments based on the poem. Prepare a profile of William Wordsworth. Next, prepare the appreciation of the poem. Let us bind up the class. Thank you very much.